Hi, I'm Reverend Jake Zabe, and welcome to Children's Bible Stories. Alright children, our Bible story today is going to be the story of the Philistines and the Ark of the Covenant. So, what happened is that the Israelites and the Philistines were having a big war down at the land of Ebenezer. And as the fight was going on, the Israelites were losing and they fled and ran away. But what also happened is that during this battle, the priests were out there with the Ark of the Covenant. And the Philistines came and they killed the two priests, the two sons of Eli, Phinehas and Hophni. Killed them, and the Philistines took the Ark of the Covenant and they ran off with it. Now Eli, the prophet and judge at the time, was sitting there and he was waiting to hear news from the battle. And a soldier came running up to him to tell him what had happened. And Eli asked him, "How did the battle go today? Did you win?" And they had to reveal to him that not only had the Israelites lost, but Eli's two sons, Hophni and Phinehas, were dead. And Eli, who the Bible says at this stage was a really big fat man, he fell back on his chair in shock and he broke his neck and he died that instant. As for the Ark of the Covenant, it said that the Philistines, after they'd taken the Ark from Ebenezer, they went and took it to the city of Ashdod, and they took it and put it in the temple of Dagon, their pagan god. And so they went away. But the next day, as the priests came into Dagon's temple, they found that Dagon was lying down prostrate in front of the ark, as if he was bowing to the ark. This was God mocking the Philistines and their pagan god Dagon by making the statue of Dagon bow down towards the ark. So the priests went over, they picked Dagon up, stood him back up, that was a bit weird, let's leave. And the next day, they came back. But this time, not only was Dagon lying down in front of the ark, but his hands and his head had broken off. And the Philistines were like, ooh, this isn't good. Not just that, but it said that God's hand was heavy upon the Philistines in the city of Ashdod, and that all the men started to break out with tumors. So this is probably like cancerous growth growing on the Philistines, and so they were getting very yucky and sick, and they said, oh, what do we do? They said, I know, we'll take the Ark of the Covenant and we'll take it off to one of the other Philistine cities. So they took it away to the Philistine city of Gath. And so they took the Ark of the Covenant off to the city of Gath. They dumped it there. Alright, your problem now. But then what happened is all the people in the city of Gath started to get tumors. And the Bible also tells us later that the people also plagued with rats in the city. So God was sending plagues of rats on the city of Ashdod, then on the city of Gath, and all the men in the city, young and old, were getting these yucky, cancerous tumors, and they're all getting sick. So they said, all right, pick up the ark. This time we're going to take it off to the city of Ekron. But as they were bringing the ark to the city of Ekron, the people came out and said, no, no, don't bring it to us. You people have bought the ark here so that you might kill us. The people in Ekron were afraid of the Ark of the Covenant because they'd heard how the ark had gone to Ashdod and caused plagues there, and how it had gone to Gath and caused plagues there, and so they didn't want it to come in the city of Ekron. And so what happened then is that the 5 kings of the Philistines had to gather together to decide what they would do. Because the Philistines, they were like a confederation of 5 different cities. There was Ashdod, Gath, and Ekron, that we've heard of, but there was also Gaza and Ashkelon. And so the 5 kings met together and said, well, what do we do? And they decided, all right, we need to determine whether this really is God sending these plagues or whether it's just a coincidence. And so To do this, they established a test. They were going to get 2 cows that had their calves taken away from them so that they couldn't get to their calves. And they hooked the 2 cows up to a wagon, and they took the Ark of the Covenant and they put it on top of the wagon, and they said, alright, let the cows go. If the cows return to their calves, then this is just a coincidence and it's nothing happening. If the cows take the Ark of the Covenant back to Israel, then this definitely was plagues sent by the God of Israel. But before they sent the Ark away, they also made a bunch of golden rats and golden tumors. They made 5. 1 for each of the 5 cities of the Philistines, and they made golden tumors and golden rats to represent the 2 plagues that God was sending upon the Philistine cities. And so they hooked the wagon up to the cows, and the cows took the Ark of the Covenant back to Israel. So that's our story for today, children. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I've been your host, Reverend Jack Zabel. Goodbye and God bless.